Who was the most powerful woman in ancient history? Her name was Cleopatra. She was the last pharaoh of Egypt. A pharaoh is the king or queen of ancient Egypt. Cleopatra lived more than 2,000 years ago, but people still remember her today. Why? Because her story is amazing. Cleopatra was beautiful, but she was also very intelligent. She could speak 9 different languages. She was a strong leader who protected her country. She made alliances with the most powerful men in Rome. An alliance is an agreement to help each other. She had a son with Julius Caesar. She fell in love with Mark Antony. And she chose to die rather than lose her dignity. In this video, you will learn the complete story of Cleopatra's life. You will discover how a young princess became a powerful queen. You will learn about her relationships with Rome. You will find out how Egypt lost its independence. And you will understand why Cleopatra's legacy is still important today. This is a Level 2 graded reader story. That means it uses simple English with clear explanations. It is perfect for English learners who are at the elementary level. Listen carefully and you will improve your English while learning about one of history's most fascinating women. If you are enjoying this story, please give this video a like. It helps other English learners find our content. And don't forget to subscribe to Story Fluent English for more amazing historical stories. We create graded reader stories at different levels to help you learn English through real history. Hit that subscribe button and let's learn together. Now, let's begin the incredible story of Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt. Cleopatra was born in Egypt in the year 69 BC. BC means before Christ. It was a very long time ago, more than 2,000 years in the past. She was born in a beautiful palace in the city of Alexandria. A palace is a very big and beautiful house where kings and queens live. Cleopatra was not Egyptian by blood. Her family came from Greece. They were called the Ptolemaic family. But they ruled Egypt for many years. They were the pharaohs of Egypt. A pharaoh is the king or queen of ancient Egypt. Pharaohs were very powerful and important. Cleopatra had many brothers and sisters. Her father was Ptolemy XII. He was the pharaoh before her. Life in the palace was not always easy. There were many problems in Egypt. The country needed money. The Roman Empire was becoming very strong. An empire is a group of countries ruled by one powerful nation. Rome wanted to control Egypt. As a young girl, Cleopatra watched and learned. She saw how her father dealt with problems. She learned about politics. Politics is the way people govern a country. She understood that Egypt was in danger. She knew she needed to be smart and strong. Cleopatra was a very intelligent girl. Intelligent means very smart. She loved to learn new things. She studied many subjects in the palace. She learned mathematics, science, and history. But her favorite thing to learn was languages. Cleopatra could speak many languages. She spoke Greek because that was her family's language. She also learned to speak Egyptian. This was very important. Most pharaohs before her did not speak Egyptian. They only spoke Greek. But Cleopatra wanted to talk to her people. She wanted them to understand her. She also learned Latin, Hebrew, and other languages. Some people say she could speak 9 different languages. This was very unusual for that time. Most rulers only spoke 1 or 2 languages. Cleopatra's ability to speak many languages made her special. It helped her communicate with different people. Cleopatra was also very educated. Educated means she studied many things and learned a lot. She read many books. She learned about philosophy. Philosophy is the study of ideas about life and the world. She learned about music and art. All this knowledge made her a wise young woman. She was ready to become a leader. When Cleopatra was 18 years old, her father died. This was in the year 51 BC. Egypt needed a new ruler. A ruler is a person who governs a country, like a king or queen. According to Egyptian tradition, Cleopatra could not rule alone. She needed to rule with a man. Cleopatra married her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII. He was only 10 years old. This sounds strange today, but it was normal for royal families in ancient Egypt. Brothers and sisters married to keep power in the family. But Cleopatra and her brother did not work well together. Cleopatra wanted to be the real leader of Egypt. She was older, smarter, and more educated than her brother. But Ptolemy had powerful advisors. Advisors are people who give advice and help someone make decisions. These advisors did not like Cleopatra. They wanted Ptolemy to be the only ruler. A conflict started between Cleopatra and her brother. A conflict is a serious disagreement or fight. The advisors turned Ptolemy against his sister. After 3 years, they forced Cleopatra to leave Egypt. She had to run away to save her life. Cleopatra went to Syria. She was sad and angry, but she did not give up. She started to gather an army. She wanted to come back and fight for her throne. A throne is the special chair where a king or queen sits. But the word throne also means the power to rule. While Cleopatra was away from Egypt, something important happened. A powerful Roman leader came to Egypt. His name was Julius Caesar. Caesar was one of the most important men in Rome. Rome was becoming the most powerful empire in the world. Caesar came to Egypt because of Roman politics. He was chasing an enemy. When he arrived in Alexandria, he stayed at the royal palace. Cleopatra saw this as an opportunity. An opportunity is a good chance to do something. She knew Caesar could help her get her throne back. But there was a problem. Cleopatra's brother controlled the palace. She could not just walk in. The guards would stop her or kill her. So Cleopatra made a clever plan. According to legend, she hid inside a rolled carpet. Her servant carried the carpet into the palace. When they were in Caesar's room, Cleopatra came out of the carpet. Caesar was very surprised. He met this brave and intelligent young woman. They talked for many hours. Cleopatra spoke to him in Latin, his language. She told him about Egypt's problems. She asked for his help. Caesar was impressed. Impressed means he thought she was very good and special. He decided to help Cleopatra become the Queen of Egypt again. With Caesar's help, Cleopatra won the war against her brother. Ptolemy XIII died in battle. Cleopatra became the pharaoh of Egypt. She was now the most powerful woman in the country. But she still needed to follow tradition. She married another younger brother, Ptolemy XIV. But everyone knew Cleopatra was the real ruler. Cleopatra and Julius Caesar became very close. They fell in love. In 47 BC, Cleopatra had a son. She named him Caesarion. This name means Little Caesar. Cleopatra said Caesar was the father. She wanted everyone to know her son was connected to Rome's most powerful man. Cleopatra wanted Egypt to be safe. She knew Rome was very strong. If Rome decided to attack Egypt, her country could not win. So she made an alliance with Caesar. An alliance is an agreement between countries or people to help each other. This alliance protected Egypt. It also made Egypt and Rome partners. Caesar invited Cleopatra to visit Rome. She traveled to the great city with her son. Many Romans were curious about the Egyptian queen. Some people liked her. They thought she was beautiful and intelligent. But other Romans did not trust her. They thought she wanted to control Caesar. They worried about her power. In 44 BC, something terrible happened. Julius Caesar was killed in Rome. Some Roman senators murdered him. They thought Caesar had too much power. When Cleopatra heard the news, she was shocked and sad. She quickly returned to Egypt with her son. Egypt was in danger again. For a few years, Cleopatra focused on ruling Egypt. She worked hard to make her country strong. She built ships for the navy. She improved trade with other countries. She wanted Egypt to be rich and powerful. She was a good leader for her people. Then, in 41 BC, Cleopatra met another important Roman. His name was Mark Antony. Antony was one of the new leaders of Rome after Caesar died. He came to Egypt to meet with Cleopatra. He needed her help with his military plans. Cleopatra and Mark Antony also fell in love. They spent a lot of time together. They had 3 children. Antony stayed in Egypt with Cleopatra for many years. Together, they ruled Egypt and controlled parts of the Roman world. They were powerful partners, but this made some Romans very angry. In Rome, there was a man named Octavian. He was Caesar's adopted son. Octavian did not like Antony's relationship with Cleopatra. He said Antony was betraying Rome. Betraying means being disloyal or not faithful. Octavian started to prepare for war against Antony and Cleopatra. Octavian declared war on Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Declared means he officially announced it. Octavian said he was fighting to protect Rome. But really, he wanted to be the only ruler of the Roman Empire. He wanted all the power for himself. In 31 BC, there was a big naval battle. A naval battle is a fight between ships on the sea. The battle happened at a place called Actium. Cleopatra and Antony had many ships. But Octavian's navy was stronger and better organized. The battle did not go well for Cleopatra and Antony. Their ships were losing. In the middle of the battle, Cleopatra decided to leave. She sailed back to Egypt with her ships. Mark Antony saw her leaving. He followed her. They left their navy behind. This was a big mistake. Without their leaders, their navy was defeated. Octavian won the battle. Now he was coming to Egypt. He wanted to capture Cleopatra and Antony. He wanted to take them to Rome as prisoners. Cleopatra and Antony knew their situation was very bad. They had lost everything. In 30 BC, Octavian's army arrived in Egypt. Mark Antony tried to fight, but it was no use. When he heard that Cleopatra was dead, he was heartbroken. Heartbroken means extremely sad. But the news was not true. It was a mistake. Antony was so sad that he killed himself. He did not want to be captured by Octavian. When Cleopatra learned that Antony was dead, she was devastated. Devastated means completely destroyed by sadness. She knew Octavian would capture her soon. She knew he would take her to Rome. He would show her to the Roman people like a prize. This would be very humiliating. Humiliating means very embarrassing and shameful. Cleopatra did not want this to happen. She was a proud queen. She chose to die with dignity. Dignity means respect for yourself. According to legend, Cleopatra let a poisonous snake bite her. The snake was called an asp. She died quickly. She was 39 years old. With Cleopatra's death, Egypt lost its independence. Independence means freedom to govern yourself. Octavian took control of Egypt. Egypt became part of the Roman Empire. Cleopatra was the last pharaoh of Egypt. After her, there were no more pharaohs. The ancient Egyptian civilization ended. But Cleopatra's story did not end. People remembered her for thousands of years. They remembered her intelligence, her courage, and her love for Egypt. She became a legend. A legend is a famous story that people tell again and again. Today, Cleopatra is one of the most famous women in history. Her legacy lives on. Legacy means something important that someone leaves behind after they die. Cleopatra's life was full of challenges and courage. She became queen when she was very young. She had to fight against her own brother to keep her throne. She used her intelligence and education to protect Egypt. She spoke many languages and made important alliances with Rome. She loved her country deeply and worked hard to keep Egypt independent. Cleopatra faced the most powerful empire in the world. She knew Egypt could not survive without help from Rome. She made difficult choices to save her people. When she lost everything, she chose to die with dignity rather than become a prisoner. She was brave until the very end. What can we learn from Cleopatra's story? We learn that intelligence is powerful. Education and knowledge helped Cleopatra become a great leader. We learn that courage is important. Cleopatra never gave up, even when things were very difficult. We also learn that sometimes, despite our best efforts, we cannot control everything. But we can always control how we face our challenges. Cleopatra was the last pharaoh of Egypt, but she will never be forgotten. Her legacy continues today. When we think of ancient Egypt, we remember Cleopatra. She showed the world that women can be powerful leaders. Her story inspires people all around the world, more than 2,000 years after her death. Thank you for listening to this story. I hope you enjoyed learning about Cleopatra's incredible life. If you liked this video, please give it a like. Your support helps us create more graded reader stories for English learners like you. Don't forget to subscribe to Story Fluent English. We have many more amazing historical stories at different levels. Whether you are a beginner or intermediate learner, we have content for you. Click that subscribe button so you don't miss our next story. Share this video with your friends who are learning English. Learning together is more fun. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next story.